What is up, everybody? This is Boss Mertzy here, and I'm going to react to one of my own videos. This is going to be on hipfire. I'm going to talk about it. If you're not using it, why you should be using it. So hipfire is exactly what it says. You're shooting from the hip. You're not ADSing in. You're basically using the dot with the little crosshairs in the middle of your screen to aim your hipfire. If hipfire is basically the gun and its spread, and there's attachments that affect that make it better. There's 4 attachments. Not all guns have them or affect the hip fire, but you got your Merc 4 grip, your MIP laser, your RTC laser, your MIP light muzzle flash, and then you have the wildfire for your sliding and hip fire accuracy, sliding and jumping. So here, first fire, first kill, I'm not going to hip fire that guy. Obviously, the choice for that would be the ADS. You got the dude running up the stairs. There's no need for me to run and charge in. I don't know if he's got a shock. I don't know what he has. Okay, so the choice for that would have been to ADS. So here, you know, I've picked up a shotgun, which for hip fire, you will see shotguns used the most. So the BY 15, the KRM, the HSO, those are typically the 3 most used. So yeah. Now with the shotguns, those attachments don't exist for those guns. They don't affect. I don't think the shotguns have any hip fire attachments. You know, now with those, the attachments that I try to use would be like the Marauder, and then you know, maybe a barrel attachment, no stock, and then, you know, obviously one of the laser attachments. But yeah, so with shotguns, it's more what your build is going to be like, because you're relying on the density of the shot. But for that, they just don't make it. Now watch here, where this guy, he's trying to ADS in on me, but just think how difficult that would be to jump like that and then ADS in on somebody who is using hip fire. It would be really difficult to get a kill like that. I don't, if I like playing the people I play against, I wouldn't be able to get kills like that. And as you see, I have to manually zoom in for ADS. It's a manual for me. And then here, I'm also using hip fire, and you can see my body, the body of my guy was moving back and forth the whole entire time I was hip firing, because I know the pattern, so I know kind of how to move to land more bullets on target, as opposed to standing still and having, you know, 80% of the bullets go around the guy, which is embarrassing. But I think if you are understanding everything, you know, then you're getting, you know, where hipfire really outshines ADS, and that's going to be close quarters. It always outshines, especially if you're using shotguns. Shotguns is huge. And then with SMGs and the correct attachments, you can make a pretty beast mega weapon. And even, you know, even with ARs, if you really want to, I do have some pretty good AR builds with some pretty decent hipfire loadouts. But yeah, so now the button loadout on your screen, your HUD, there are 2 fire buttons, and one is, I believe, just ADS, and then the other, I think, is hip fire, like if you just have it on ADS, because when you click settings, you'll see it come up where there'll be the little yellow bar, and you can, you know, change your HUD, and then down below or next to that will be like a little gear, and then it'll when you click on that, it'll show the list of your guns, your AR, SMG, and then there'll be two boxes. One box will say ADS, one box will say hipfire. If you have all of those on ADS, then every time you hit the fire button that has the little lines and like on the sides, then it'll just ADS in. If you hit the other fire button, which is typically when you do the HUD, it's on the left side of the screen, then that will hip fire for you. But I found it easier to just put it all into one, just to use one button, because it's one extra button to have to use when you're hip firing. My youngest, he used that for the longest time, used both buttons, and then just recently he changed from that and just went to one, and I can see that his game has improved a little bit more. He's already been using hip fire, so he's pretty savage for his age, at 12, and then my oldest, who's 14, he started using hip fire later than my youngest, but he's really really good. He's more of a sniper guy. I'm not, neither is my youngest. We play very similar. Me and my youngest, we play a lot of duos and clean up the lobby. Here I think I'm just playing with a random group of people. I don't know who they are. They're all rocking them Gunzo skins. But yeah, so if you want to get better, the best way to practice, like with a shotgun, I learned this from Codm, would be go into a map by yourself, or go into isolated by yourself, or blackout, find a tree, and then just start sliding from left to right, and then before your slide ends, jump, rotate, and then hit the tree, okay? And then go to the other side, slide, before the slide ends, jump, rotate, and then try to hit the tree. But you have to do this in midair, okay? So for a while you'll be missing the tree, but after a while, the more you do it, when it'll almost like you'll the muscle memory of your hands will almost like lock it right onto the tree, and you'll be able to hit it. And depending on what kind of loadout you have with your shotgun, typically I'm going with the Marauder. I'll use a barrel, typically not the barrel with the extra two bullets, because that does down your mobility. And then I'll use one of the lasers, and then like the tactical grip, and then sometimes no stock, or I'll use the Ranger, where it's it's just all mobility. Like I want mobility and bullet density. That's what you want with the shotgun, is mobility and bullet fire density. So yeah, here I don't know. I picked this one because I'm not moving as fast. I'm not really. I don't know. I think this was not as challenging of a lobby because I'm not really doing a lot of movement. So it makes it a little bit easier to see. I think that's why I chose this video. And plus, like, there's just a couple kills in here that I wanted to point out. That I wanted. Basically, it's if you're thinking, who would win in the gun battle, or thinking about yourself in the position of the person who's dying. So I'm killing you, and you're thinking about, would I be able to stop that with an ADS? So not this kill, but the last kill. Think about it. Would you be able to stop the kill by ADSing in? Think about it. Now you might be able to stop it with hipfire. That would probably be the only way you could stop it, is with hipfire, or if you had a shotgun and you just were lucky enough to know that I was coming in the door. So, and that's why I use the switchblade, because it fires so quick. I can typically knock somebody down before they can get the shotgun shot off. But that's not always the case, unfortunately. There are those players that are just really good with the shotgun, and you know, they just can always hit chest up and get that knock. So yeah, so here's gonna be the here's gonna be the shot right here. So just think, as the person watching this who just only ADSs, would you be able to stop this? So the person's gonna peek. So would you be able to stop that? Do you think, even without me using, um, even without me using the perk, um, do you think you could stop that? So that's basically just showing how important, hipfire can be to add into your arsenal of gameplay. If you liked the video, though, please comment. If you got any questions, don't be afraid to ask. Yeah, guys, I hope you liked the video. I hope it helps, improves people's gameplay. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I'll catch you later.